Dow Jones Indices says Walgreens Boost Alliance will replace General Electric in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It will be effective on June 26th. Major news, a big change in the Dow, adding Walgreens, which will replace General Electric. Of course, GE has been under immense pressure in 2018, down 26%, and lower here in after-hours trade by 1%. Take a look at how Walgreens is trading right now. Last time I checked, slightly higher on this news, this big move going into the Dow, replacing GE. Melissa, back to you.
All right, Seema, thank you very much. Seema Mody in the newsroom. Pete Najarian, something tipped you off earlier today to something bad happening.
Yeah, you know, it was earlier in the day, too. It was 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, East Coast time, and somebody was rolling out of a trade that was already successful. May 23rd, they bought 42,000 of the July 14 puts. Stock was trading about $14.50, something like that. They were just out of the money puts. Those were sold today for a double. They paid $54, sold them for $1.30, so a little bit more than double. Today, 85,000 of the July 12 puts bought. So really, really aggressive, 12.5 puts. They're 32 cents, so that's big. I mean, when you start seeing those kind of numbers, Mel, it makes you wonder, and I've said this for a while, is it going to be a single-digit stock? I don't know that it will, and sometimes coming out of the Dow eventually actually sort of is a boost for some of these different, but it's going to be an interesting thing to watch over the next couple of days because that put buying was absolutely massive today.
What happens, I mean, this is not the same sort of impact in terms of indexing that an S&P 500 removal would be, which of course is not going to be, but are you concerned about here as a shareholder?
I tell you what,
right?
I think the story now for GE revolves around what are they going to do with the div, and I think we're going to get some color. They did not rule out cutting the div altogether for 2019, and frankly, I think the market's going to reward them. People do not want to see an equity raise. I think the bottom line is the revaluation of assets, continuing to divest, is very important, and I think some of these energy assets are actually getting upgraded in terms of their asset value, but the div's most important.
I'm still long it. I remain long it. It has been obviously trading poorly, but I think it's always in the name when you see a lot of these moves. So I think that this could be the reason why I was trading poorly. And to Pete's point, once this gets behind them, I do believe that the stock can move higher in the next couple of days.
This is a historic moment, though.
100% a historic
This is an original Dow component, 110 years in the Dow.
And they had to see. Well, listen, I would imagine that management saw it coming, but it's something they didn't want to deal with. You don't want to lose that. I mean, that's a pretty cool thing to have on your mantle, and to take that away is significant. I don't think it means necessarily anything in terms of the business, to Tim's point, but it definitely has. You're going to be reading about this in the paper tomorrow.
Think about, what's kind of crazy about this is still a $120 billion company, okay, folks?
Yeah.
And when you think about how these indices are constructed, right, a market cap weighted versus a price weighted, I mean, you have to know what you own here. And S&P, which is market cap weighted, to me makes a lot more sense, especially we're talking about a company that it may have a $12 price on it, a handle on its stock, but it's a $120 billion company, and I think that's going to get lost here.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.